We've got a brand new update dropping on Tuesday, March the 3rd for Battlefield 6. And while this is not a content update, it focuses on stability, quality of life improvements, Battle Royale fixes, UI fixes, and even store fixes. Also, working on several issues that players have been frustrated with across multiplayer. There's not going to be any new maps or new weapons, just pretty much pure fixes and stability improvements. First up on the list was player fixes and stability improvements when it comes to crashes. DICE has implemented additional stability improvements to reduce client crashes across the board. They also fixed a crash related to camera transitions, and this has been being reported since the launch of Season 2, so hopefully they do get that fixed. Also, if you had tried to revive someone while equipping a mask, so if you were playing the limited time mode on the contaminated map, you were trying to revive someone while equipping your gas mask, the mask could get stuck in your hand and block weapon usage. That has now also been resolved. Items from the Bountiful Harvest, PAX Vanguard, and Devil Dog bundles have been restored to player inventories. Those had been removed. Those should now be in your inventories once again if you do have those bundles. There is one weapon-related thing here, but it has nothing to do with nerfs or buffs. The Objective Ace skin now looks sharper at longer distances, and it has no more blurry text when you're aiming across the map. One of the big things here to me was the spawn fixes. Spawn logic has been updated with an additional out-of-combat check. This should reduce those frustrating moments where you kind of spawn into the game and you're too close to an enemy, or they're right behind you, or you're right behind them, or you're spawning in unintended locations. Now, this has been an issue, at least on my end, since the game pretty much came out. I did not experience it as much right at launch, but within a few weeks of the game being out, I felt like a lot of times, even if I chose to not spawn on a teammate and spawn on a just a certain location, a certain flag in the game that my team had possession of, I would spawn up and there would be an enemy directly behind me, and I could not move whatsoever. I spawned in and died instantly. I've also had that happen where the other player that spawns in is kind of on the receiving end of that from me, so they'll spawn up just literally right in front of me where I can almost reach out and touch them. I've also had some issues where I spawn in odd locations. This has not happened very often, for me at least, but where I would spawn in on like the edges of the map, and sometimes it would kill me and say I was out of bounds as soon as I spawned in. So I don't know if that's what they mean by those unintended locations. Like I said, I haven't had that part happen to me as much as the spawning in close to enemies. But hopefully both of those have been improved within this update. The front-end title loading is now faster, making the menus feel more smooth. Also, a bug where the tier skip deep link sent players to an empty store page has been fixed, and the Battle Pass rewards that were showing placeholder text or missing icons now display correctly. A crash related to area validation checks has been resolved for Portal creators and players. So if you've been playing Portal, if you've been creating things in there, you may have heard of this issue. I had seen a few things mentioned about this on social media and online in the forums. I don't play a whole lot of Portal except a couple select few experiences, so I'm not really the person to tell you if this is a big problem, but so far on my end playing, I haven't seen it, but this could be a bigger problem for people creating things inside of Portal. Also, the Battle Royale got a few touch-ups. The Tracking Pulse Recon trait was activating when destroying any deployable gadget. That has now been fixed. And in duos, pings were not showing in the elimination feed. That has also been fixed. In Gauntlet, gas mask voice lines were playing even while inside armored vehicles. That no longer is happening, so that was something kind of to do with the audio. And that is pretty much everything coming in Update 1.2.1.5. This is a smaller patch, but it does target some annoying bugs and some other things that I'm sure a lot of us really don't care about getting fixed, especially when it comes to things like the store or whatever. But overall, there are several bug issues in the game that have gone on for a while. Like I said, some that have kind of crept into the game since Season 1 and Season 2 started. So I'm hoping they're getting all that stuff fixed so we can start getting more great content for the game. And still the main topic within the community is more maps. More maps and more weapons. We'll have to wait and see if we get any more of that within probably Season 3, because we already know the layout for all of Season 2 so far. Unless they decide to change some things up, maybe mid-season or the end of the season, we'll just have to wait and see. Leave me a comment with your thoughts, and of course, if you like the video, hit the like. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.
Perfect.